Hello everyone. Continuing on with these really short videos, we're going to look at taking a loop out of, well, it can be from anywhere, say you got it from Splice or it's one that comes with Cubase, and making that loop completely original to you. So we're going to come up with a pattern. So we're going to take a loop, split it into its little segments, so each drum hit, say the kick, hi-hat, whatever, we'll make it into its own little segments, and we'll see if we can create a really quick beat. We'll try and do this under 2 minutes. So we're going to create, so go to our right-hand zone, or add an instrument. We're going to add an instrument track. So literally take our instrument, Groove Agent we're going to look at, comes with Cubase. It comes with every increment of Cubase, so all the different versions of Cubase. So we've got ourselves a blank canvas here for our drums. We're then going to press F5 or go up to Media and Media Bait. And we're going to take a drum loop. So I've just searched up here, drum. I'm going to click on the first one that comes up. So, okay, let's just take this one. We're going to take this first one that comes up and literally drag it onto our first pad in Cubase. Now, that's no longer beat synced to my project, but I'm not worried about that at all. That doesn't matter at all. So I've gone up to Media Bay. So Media Bay, or press F5. Found the sample I want to use. It doesn't have to be drums. I'm just demonstrating with drums today. Dragged it onto that first pad. And then I'm going to go across to Slice. And I'm going to create slices. And can you see now you've got all of these little sort of loop circles. These are all different points. You can actually move these points around, but I'm not. It's not too bad of a drum. Sometimes if it's vocals or say something that's got a slower attack to it, you know, or a sample that doesn't have quite so many hits, you can change these hit points. But I'm going to, just for ease of this video today, we're just going to stick with what we've got. Now, if you want me to look at this more in depth, we can look at the envelopes and everything that go with it, but this is going to be really quick. Okay, so we can right click on these pads if you want to rename them as well, do anything to them. So we can go to set color, rename pad. We could call it, you know, obviously kick for that one if we wanted. But we've taken that drum loop, something that I think is probably one that's come with Cubase, and it was a whole loop, and we've gone across, we've just literally dragged it onto the pad, gone across to Slice, and we've cut it into slices. So that's very basic. I've done no editing, so we're not going to worry about that too much today. I'm then going to choose from bar 1 to bar 2. We know we're on this, so we can even rename this. And then we're just, so we've now set the locator from left to right, start at bar 1 and end at bar 2, and I'm going to double click in there. So that's made sort of a blank canvas or a blank event that we're going to add to. Then I'm going to go MIDI, if my computer is very sluggish, open drum editor, and now you can see we've got all of those samples. So that sample that was a continuation, whatever it was, a 2-bar loop or whatever, is now cut into segments. So we can put this on a loop. So if I press F2, press the loop function, I'll press C to get rid of that click. Maybe I'll try and find something that's more snare-like. Okay, so let's go with that. We can rename these as well. You don't have to, you can call them anything you want. So let's call that snare, and let's move that one up just by simply dragging it. So now I can then, using the, oh, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, let's move that to here. This is going to be quite basic, sorry. Okay. You know, if I'm happy with these, I can lasso over them by dragging over them. Move them where I want, keeping left click down, pressing Alt, and we can duplicate. Now let's get something hi-hatty. So I'm not sure what these are because I didn't go through it on the drum pad. So okay, I'm going to find something that's kind of hi-hatty, I suppose. I'm going to drag him up. So now drag that up to the next one, and let's put that on the offbeats. Okay, so very basically, obviously we can go into, we've got velocities down here, things like that. We can make this much more human. I've done everything exactly on the grid and not changed much at all. But I've taken what was originally a loop that was supplied, which so many people can use, but you can take all those sounds, if you like those sounds in that loop, and make them the loop 100% your own. I'm not sure about that loop I created, but anyway, you get what I mean. So you could take a loop, split it into the segments by using Groove Agent. So you load Groove Agent, use Media Bay, drag it in, use the slice feature, cut it into the little slices, and then move these around. You can even do the same in the drum editor. I forgot to mention that in Groove Agent. Literally, if you like a sample, you can move them around, so you've all got them next door if you wanted to. But you can rename them. You've got a lot of things you can do here with pitch and all sorts of things and envelopes. But just basically, it's great just to get into using Groove Agent for something a bit more creative, rather than taking a sample, copy and paste into your composition and then, you know, looping it over, just to come up with something slightly different. It's great for that. I hope that helps.